In this video, I will be presenting my travels in parallel reality for Midsem Crit. For context, my chosen site is the JTC Flats, which is located along Jurong West Avenue 2. As seen from the start analysis, the winds come from the northeast heading southwest. There are also religious buildings like the Masjid Ma'ruf and Soka Culture Center opposite the site, as well as mixed residential and commercial buildings near the site. These nearby buildings are a part of the environment, and therefore the environment will affect the usage of my architecture. This is my overall collage, which I made by collecting information from the internet and stories of my grandparents and their friends when they lived in the JTC flats. At the top left of the collage shows women sidelined to the back and leftover spaces like the kitchen where they conduct their activities together like cooking, washing vegetables, washing dishes and other things while they are talking. At the bottom left, we see men occupying the dominant spaces, the living room, the dining room, and the activities would normally dominate the household space like religious ceremony or family gathering. At the center of the collage, we see children making use of the corridors to play, catching or hopscotch freely because parents could just watch them from their units. At the bottom middle of the collage, uncles and elders are making use of the void deck to conduct their own specific activities, playing board games, listening to radio, conversing, reading newspapers. And on the right side of the collage, we see residents making use of the gardens that reside behind their units as their own personal space, taking up as much personal space as possible by placing their own personal belongings to conduct their own activities like drying out clothes, basking in the shade with friends, or having an outdoor play with friends or whatever that might be. The first magic sentence is the Arcade of Living Spaces. The architecture of the Arcade of Living Spaces is meant to simulate the daily activities that occur in the individual JTC units during the 1970s. For example, because television was something not every family could afford, people would peer through the windows of their neighbors that had TV to watch them, and the arcade would have spaces that would simulate such programs. The newspaper stand within the arcade would primarily serve the elders, where they can collect and read their newspapers. Well, beyond just reading newspapers, it also serves as a center point for the elderly as well. The Kopitiam Rotunda would serve primarily the working fathers, where besides drinking, they could discuss about politics and work. The Rotunda is located in the center of the arcade, hence giving the men the dominant space once again. Besides a Kopitiam bar, there will also be workstations or work capsules for them to conduct their business and work. Like an actual arcade, the individual spaces are like the arcade machines with endless games. What kind of game or activity being used within the arcade is up to the user. With this, you could have different kinds of programs existing within the whole space, and people can move through the spaces hosting different programs without feeling they are interrupting the users. Same goes for the users. Not feeling out of place when using the space. The space could be used for a band performance or to watch a FIFA match without feeling out of place because of what the broad potential the architectural space allows.